Well, we want to hear you. It's just for recording purposes.
Oh, I see, okay.
Speak to it.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's just for recording purposes. It's not like,
I see, okay. This group, as you all know, is called the Rock County Progressives. And all four of our candidates tonight identified themselves as progressives. Now, Wisconsin, as you know, is a very unique state with regard to the progressive tradition. It goes back to fighting Bob Follett. And in many ways, our politics over this past century have been unique, thanks to Bob Follett and the progressive tradition. I'm asking each one of you to tell us how you identify with that progressive tradition and how you think it would influence your action when one of you places Joe Biden.
big question. Tough one.
Somebody want to do the tutorial on Bob Follett real quick?
All right. Like I said, I jumped off the nurse. Bob Follett, I think, is also responsible for Wisconsin ID. And that's one of the reasons I chose Wisconsin, because I have just been continuously impressed with the people. Because it's about the people. It's about the fact that we believe, as progressives, that a bright future is ahead of us. We believe, as progressives, that we all work better together. That it's not about one person getting away and getting as much as they can. It's about the fact that if we all help each other, we're all going to be better off. This is what makes Wisconsin a unique state. How many towns in Wisconsin are called Union? You know, this is the homeland of the union movement. And union, to me, is progress, because people are always going to come together. So I think that being progressive, to me, is about working together, about knowing that solutions come when you work together, when you listen to others, and pushing forward.
I said I probably needed a tutorial on Bob Follett, but in my estimation, being progressive would be undoing everything that's happened in the past year. It would be expanding democracy and not limiting democracy with voter ID. It would be about expanding collective bargaining and hoping that the major public would benefit. It's about giving people living wages. It's about making sure that people have health care. I don't know exactly, I hate to admit this, I'm not sure what Bob Follett all did or stood for. Ask me something about Nebraska history. But I just think that, like Jerry said, it's a progressive for the citizenry. How can you best elevate the majority of the citizens? And I think in undoing some of the many things that have happened this year, that can happen.
Well, I went to school for history, so I appreciate the question and the thought that goes behind it. I consider myself a progressive for several reasons, but even a progressive who's still alive and active, Ed Garvey, he's a hero of mine. Him and Lawton should have beat Tommy back in the 90s, but that's another story. People like that who stand up and fight against big corporate interests, I think that's a big part of it. The progressive movement started. Yeah, it started because they were fighting against the robber barons and the train barons of the turn of the century, and folks like Follett and others who followed in his wake realized that the government should be working for the people, for the consumers, for the voters, not just a small few who sit up in their crystal towers. And a big part of that too is also progressivism to me, and how it affects me and in my life and decisions is justice, social justice. I think that's something that's been lacking recently. And a big reason I got involved in politics personally is because of my little sister. She's gay. She came out to my mom and I in high school, I think. And we weren't weren't surprised, and we weren't angry. We just accepted her and loved her for who she was. And that was a big part of why I fought hard in '06 in college against the marriage ban with Fair Wisconsin. That's kind of what drives me every day. The fact to know that my little baby sister, who I took care of, along with my mom growing up, she can't marry the person that she loves to be happy, but I can. And I think that's unfair. And so that's kind of always in the back of my mind is kind of working towards that more perfect union. I know America and Wisconsin are not perfect, but that's the beauty of our constitutions, is that the living documents, they can always be changed, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. But that's kind of always the driving factor for me is social justice, and that's how progressive ideas work into my life.
I talked to my cousin, Chris Murray. He's a professor in Washington, D.C. He runs the Les Aspin Center for Marquette. I said, Chris, what's the difference between a progressive and a Republican? And we kind of, there's lots of discussion, but primarily, the Republicans, I believe, think you should fend for yourself. Take care of yourself, I don't care. And it's about corporate greed. It's all that about giving the corporate tax breaks, and therefore those with wealth will create jobs and create an environment for the rest of us. But that's not what I believe. Like I said earlier, my progressive foundation is based in unionism. I've been a union member all my life and continue to pay my union dues because collectively we take care of each other. That's what we do. And a progressive individual recognizes the fact that in our district, in the school district of Janesville, we have 48% of our students, our children, qualify for free and reduced lunch. Now, if you go to where I go to on Friday morning and help serve breakfast, those are all progressives. Those aren't Republicans over there. That's what makes us different. We collectively care about each other. When we meet each other, we see each other's strengths. We believe in each other, and we believe that taxation is a good thing. It's our social contract to help everyone that needs the help.